Let me drive. I won't make a fool out of you.
I'm dropping the hammer.
No, you're not.
Under Rowdy's time.
Thanks for joining Silver Screen Critique. Today we're taking a ride to the exhilarating world of speed with Days of Thunder, a high-octane film directed by one and only Tony Scott. This adrenaline-pumping movie stars Tom Cruise as the fearless race car driver Cole Trickle,
Cole Trickle. It's damn nice to meet you, Buck.
alongside Nicole Kidman,
Doc, isn't this what you're really looking for?
Well, that's interesting enough, Mr. Trickle. But it's just not my specialty.
Robert Duvall,
If we can't figure a way to run so you don't melt the damn tires, we can't finish a race.
and many more great actors.
You can work with it. You can build a driver like you build a car, Harry.
Shocks are right. We're dialed in, buddy. Don't change a thing.
Damn nice to meet you too, Cole.
Since the crash, he's been a danger to himself and to other drivers. But if he comes near me, I'm gonna put him in the wall.
With a dynamic cast and Scott's intense directorial style, Days of Thunder is a must-watch for fans of speed and drama all around the world.
All right, everybody out and up against the wall here. You're under arrest.
Well, looks like we found something.
What's that?
Concealed weapon.
Where?
Right here. Now, the only question is, will he actually use it?
Top 5 pros. Electrifying racing scenes. The racing sequences in Days of Thunder are nothing short of spectacular. Filmed with a keen eye for detail, the high-speed chases and heart-stopping crashes put viewers right in the driver's seat. The authenticity of these scenes keeps audiences on the edge of their seats, showcasing Tony Scott's talent for action-packed storytelling.
The boy don't have the ball. Pass me on the outside.
Strong performances. Tom Cruise delivers a charismatic and intense performance as Cole Trickle, embodying the ambition and recklessness of a young race car driver.
We can fix it right here. Now, what's it gonna be?
Robert Duvall's portrayal of the seasoned crew chief Harry Hogg adds depth and gravitas to the film, while Nicole Kidman brings a balanced, emotional touch as Dr. Claire Lewicki.
Why would you want me to know about this?
I don't want you to hold a bad opinion of Cole. I believe it scares him. He needs reassurance from you that he's okay. And after all, you're his doctor.
Captivating cinematography. The film's visual style is a feast for the eyes, with vibrant colors and dynamic camera angles that enhance the sense of speed and excitement. The way the camera moves through the races and captures the intensity of the pit stops creates a thrilling visual experience.
Let's go!
Damn it!
Go! Go! Go!
Let's go! Get him up quick!
Engaging soundtrack. Hans Zimmer's score complements the film perfectly, amplifying the tension and exhilaration of the races. The soundtrack, with its mix of rock anthems and orchestral pieces, keeps the energy high and makes the movie's pivotal moments even more impactful. Authentic atmosphere. Days of Thunder excels in creating a believable racing environment. From the detailed depiction of NASCAR culture to the realistic portrayal of the challenges and camaraderie among drivers and their teams, the film immerses viewers in the world of professional racing.
Now, Cole, there is something else. Tires is what wins a race.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
If we can't figure a way to run so you don't melt the damn tires, we can't finish a race.
So what do you want?
Tell you what, you run 50 laps any way you like, then 50 laps like I want you to. Give me an honest run. If you do, I'm gonna beat you. His way, my way. I was 6 seconds faster. Now buy me some lunch at the highway joint.
Deep dives. In the mid-1980s, Tom Cruise, fresh off Top Gun, discovered a love for fast cars while filming The Color of Money with Paul Newman. This passion led him to meet NASCAR legend Rick Hendrick. During a pivotal day at the track, Cruise tested a NASCAR Cup car, experiencing an exhilarating rush that rivaled even flying his P-51 fighter. That night, over dinner at Olive Garden, Hendrick's thrilling NASCAR tales captivated Cruise, planting the seed for a new movie. Determined to bring NASCAR to the big screen, Cruise pitched the idea to producers Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer. The project was greenlit, and the team dove into months of research, living the NASCAR life to capture its essence. Screenwriter Robert Towne immersed himself in the world of racing, gaining insights from legends like Dale Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace. His script captured the spirit, drama, and passion of NASCAR. By August 1989, the vision took shape. Days of Thunder was born, a testament to Tom Cruise's love for speed and respect for racing. Tom Cruise, Tony Scott, Jerry Bruckheimer, and Don Simpson, the team behind the 1986 blockbuster Top Gun, reunited to create Days of Thunder. Although this film aimed to build on the massive success of Top Gun, it faced widespread criticism for its many similarities to the earlier movie. Production began without a finished script, leading to scenes being written on the day of filming. During one driving sequence, Tom Cruise had to read his lines off cue cards attached to his windshield, which caused a minor car accident. For later driving sequences, Cruise was fitted with a special earpiece to have his lines fed to him. The film's disappointing box office performance was responsible for destroying the relationship between Paramount Pictures and super-producers Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer. After Days of Thunder underperformed in the summer of 1990, Paramount responded harshly and demanded Simpson and Bruckheimer return $9 million of their earnings to cover the losses. In response, the producers told Paramount they were done working with them, leading to the termination of their contract. Jerry Bruckheimer, Don Simpson, and sometimes Robert Towne often started their days on set having arguments with Tony Scott over how to shoot scenes. Meanwhile, the crew sat around getting paid, sometimes for 20 hours a day. Some later said that they had made so much overtime on the film that they could have gone on vacation for 4 full months after the wrap date. This chaotic production process almost doubled the budget, escalating it from $35 to $70 million. Tom Cruise wanted Kurt Russell for the role of Rowdy Burns. It was through Cruise that Russell became aware of Backdraft, 1991.
Don't take that kind of shit from it! Don't let her know you're scared! Steven! Look out! You gotta wait for a hose, Steve! No time! Come on! All right, you ready? Quick, Steven, we gotta wait for a hose team! When I say it won't get us! Hold your breath!
Tom Cruise and Robert Duvall characters are loosely based on former driver Tim Richmond and his crew chief Harry Hyde. Richmond was known as an overnight sensation, and Hyde was the veteran crew chief. The scene where Duvall's character teaches Cruise about tire management is based on an actual incident between Hyde and Richmond, who died from complications of AIDS the year before the film was released.
Maybe you could set up the car so I don't have to change.
Well, I'd be happy to. You just tell me how.
Well, what do you want to know?
Well, hell, Cole, you're the driver. If you think she's running loose or tight, tell us. We give a turn here, take some wedge out there, we'll win some races. That's all there is to it.
I can't do that.
Well, why the hell not?
Because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
How do you mean that?
Because I don't know much about cars, okay?
Tim didn't know the front from the back, but he had so much great ability that Harry said, "This is what I've been looking for."
At the end of Pixar's Cars 3, there's a funny moment that pokes fun at Days of Thunder.
And how far back is she now?
Look behind you.
What?
Good evening, Storm.
How did you...
Just back here drafting on your butt. Nothing to be concerned about.
The joke involves drafting, a racing technique that Tom Cruise's character treats as a secret.
You're not gonna do anything weird on my leg, are you, Cole?
No. It's just something Harry and I work on together. It's called drafting. When one car tucks in behind another, two cars can go faster than one. They divide the air resistance between them. Now here's where it gets interesting. The lead car has to floor it to hit 200 miles an hour. But the car that's tucked in behind doesn't. It can go just as fast and still have power in reserve. So when these two cars come off that last turn, the car that's in back can move out of the draft and slingshot past the lead car, beat it to the finish line. And you go straight to victory lane.
In Days of Thunder, this is played dramatically, and most racing fans found it unrealistic.
You can use that anger to push through.
I said I'm not angry!
Cars 3 cleverly mocks this, and while the joke might fly over the heads of non-racing fans, those who love racing movies will get a good laugh.
Cruz, get out of there! You don't belong on this track!
Yes, I do.
Don Simpson was thrilled to be cast as rival driver Aldo and worked hard for the role. However, his lack of acting ability resulted in poor scenes, leading to Aldo's role being reduced to one brief appearance. Some speculate that Tony Scott intentionally shot Simpson's scenes poorly to minimize his on-screen presence.
I'm glad he's well enough to come back, and I hope I beat him at the same time.
Harold Faltermeyer, known for his iconic Beverly Hills Cop and Top Gun score, declined to work on Days of Thunder. Instead, he recommended fellow German composer Hans Zimmer to the producers. Zimmer also came highly recommended by Tony Scott's brother, Ridley, and Tom Cruise.
With the Oscar, they give you the first 4 bars of the next tune you have to write, because they are impossible. And you sit here and you're consumed by self-doubt, and you just know you can't ever do it again, and that you're a fraud, and you should be phoning the studio right now and telling them, you know, find yourself a real composer. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then suddenly something happens.
Robin Wright, Kim Basinger, Sandra Bullock, Allison Doody, Ali Sheedy, Jodie Foster, Sarah Jessica Parker, Madonna, Heather Locklear, Michelle Pfeiffer, Molly Ringwald, Julia Roberts, Meg Ryan, Brooke Shields, and Sharon Stone all turned down the role of Claire Lewicki.
Cole, you've met Dr. Lewicki. It's your doctor, Dr. Lewicki.
I don't think he's actually seen me before.
Yeah, sure, Harry.
No.
Dr. Lewicki. A smock. Stethoscope. It's a great costume, Harry. So how are you, Doc?
Oh, Cole, this really is Dr. Lewicki.
As a result, Nicole Kidman landed her first Hollywood role, which not only boosted her career, but also led to her marriage with Tom Cruise, lasting for a decade. Donna W. Scott was cast by Don Simpson. They began dating afterward, leading to Donna getting a small role as a pit girl in the film and spending almost 2 months on set. After she broke up with Simpson, started dating Tony Scott. They eventually got married and had 2 children before he died in 2012. Top 5 cons. Predictable plot. While the racing scenes are thrilling, the storyline follows a somewhat predictable path.
What in the hell is going on? Just a little rubbing, Harry. Rubbing's racing.
The narrative arc of the young, brash driver learning to temper his ambitions and work with his team is a familiar one.
Everybody out.
Which may lessen the impact for some viewers.
What is the one thing you absolutely need to do to win a race?
That's pretty damn obvious.
You keep quiet. You need to finish the race.
Tim, I realize Harry's been around a long time. I'm not saying that his ways are antiquated, but it helped to have a car that handled properly and didn't blow engines.
Well, if he wouldn't get excited and over-rev, the son of a bitch, the engine wouldn't blow. Now, Cole, when you shift the gear and that little needle on the tack goes into the red and reads 9,000 RPM, that's bad.
It's also my fault if the tires blow, if you ask this old fart.
Well, hell yes, it's your fault. There's 40 other vultures out there who managed to finish the race on their tires. You see Darren Waltrip using up his tires?
There's nothing I can't do with a race car.
Well, that's the difference between you and me. There's only so much I can do.
That's obvious.
Harry, he doesn't need to appreciate your job to do his.
Well, he sure as hell does. How can he expect to race if he don't know what a race car can and can't do?
What is this shit, huh? You want me to work the pit and you drive? Fine, we'll try that.
Underdeveloped characters. Despite strong performances, some supporting characters feel underdeveloped. For example, Nicole Kidman's character, Dr. Claire Lewicki, has moments of depth, but her character could have benefited from more substantial background and development.
Did they mess up their squash or not?
Their brains are intact, as much as they were before the accident anyway.
You're willing to give them clearance to get back on a racetrack?
Well, that's obviously a dangerous way to spend your time.
Well, that's a philosophical objection, Doc, and I am looking for a medical one.
I'm not inclined to give them clearance at this time.
And that's total horse shit.
Gentlemen, please.
Technical jargon. The movie includes a fair amount of racing jargon that might be confusing for viewers unfamiliar with NASCAR.
Extra big oil pans will cut the wind from underneath you.
While it adds to the film's authenticity, it can also alienate those who are not well versed in the sport.
That'll give you 30 to 40 more horsepower. I'm gonna give you a fuel line that will hold an extra gallon of gas. I'm gonna shave half an inch off you and shape you like a bullet. And when we get you prime painted and weighed, you're gonna be ready to go out on that racetrack. You hear me?
Romantic subplot. The romantic subplot between Cole and Claire, while adding a human element, sometimes feels forced and secondary to the main storyline. It occasionally detracts from the primary focus on racing and the protagonist's personal growth.
You're very quick.
Gotta see me drive.
Cliched character arcs. The character arcs in Days of Thunder often fall into predictable cliches. The young hotshot with something to prove, the grizzled mentor with a heart of gold, and the love interest who humanizes the hero are all familiar tropes that don't offer much new or surprising for the audience.
Drivers can't stand to be reminded what can happen to them in a race car. They don't go to hospitals, they don't go to funerals. You get a driver to a funeral before he's actually dead, you made history, Doc.
Rating 7 out of 10, Days of Thunder delivers a thrilling ride through the fast-paced world of NASCAR, driven by stellar performances, captivating cinematography, and an engaging soundtrack. Despite its predictable plot and some underdeveloped characters, the film's electrifying racing scenes and authentic atmosphere make it a must-watch for action and sports drama fans. Speaking of classic racing films, have you watched Grand Prix 1966 or Le Mans 1971? What are your favorite race car movies, and do you think Days of Thunder stands out among them? Let us know in the comments and share your thoughts on the best racing scenes in film history.
You want to control something that's out of control. That's what you said to me, wasn't it? Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that almost everybody else in this world automatically knows. Control is an illusion, you infantile egomaniac. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. Not on a freeway, not in an airplane, not inside our own bodies, and certainly not on a racetrack with 40 other infantile egomaniacs. Nobody knows and nobody controls anything. Now, you've gotten a glimpse of that and you're scared. You mightn't have the courage to race anymore. You may never have.